The following is a Productions original series.
Hello and welcome to Walk and Roll Live. I'm Doug Vincent, joined by Addie Rich. Our podcast is dedicated to amplifying the voices of the disability community. I'm a polio survivor, and Addie has her own story.
Oh, I thought you were about to do it for me. I was like, okay, but I just sit here and smile. Not that the people could see me smile, but I was like,
they can feel it.
Cool. Yeah, they can hear it in my voice. But I was like, cool. I don't even have to say what's wrong with me today. No, nothing's wrong with me. A few screws loose, but my body has cerebral palsy.
Very nice. Well, good to see you. How was your week?
It was good. It was. It's the beginning of the month, so we have to do all our collating, tabulating, and submitting. So, but I like that. The nerd in me loves that because it's like information in, information out.
I'm happy there are people like you that, love to work with numbers and all those and mathing and all that. So
yeah,
because I'm not.
Hidden talent when I was an English teacher, I guess, but now it's a daily muscle that I flex.
Good deal. Good deal. So, and I know you had to give your rabbit some special treatment this weekend. And I want to hear that story.
Toasty got a spa day. Toast is my dwarf Holland Lop, and he needed, we're about to change seasons, so the rabbits molt a lot, which means they shed their second layer of hair, and it's kind of crazy. Plus, who wants to sleep in like a trashy bed? Nobody. So you take him out, you let him run around the room, you take the whole cage apart. It got like a full spa.
Oh, okay. So not only the rabbit, but the cage got the treatment. So
the whole enclosure got the treatment.
So how do you there's a process to remove this extra fur? Is it fur or?
Yeah, it's fur. I mean, yes, you brush them all the time, but basically they shed more heavily, and you don't want them to be the reason. You don't want them to lick it and pull it off. They'll get a hairball just like a cat.
Gotcha.
So you have to maintain how you brush them and stuff. But during this season, it feels like that fur all kind of releases and goes wherever.
So how would they do this in the wild if they don't have some benevolent?
Rub against the trees. You're asking me who doesn't know. But I mean,
you're the only rabbit person in the room right now.
I know, but I think wild rabbits, obviously the molting and stuff takes place different than these that have been domesticated and bred to be pets, right?
Good.
They're a little
I'll
more
accept
bougie.
that answer.
Yeah, they're a little more bougie. They need your assistance. I work for him. He doesn't work for me, so And but it's one of those things you feel good when he's all clean.
Yeah. Is Toast your only rabbit?
Yes, because rabbits are bratty, and if you don't get a set when they're little, they will fight to the death if they're boys.
Really? Wow.
So it's either you bond them when they're little, or you have one rabbit. Or
Toast is a he?
Toast is a he. Yep.
Gotcha.
He likes the dog though. Gaia, my 10-year-old dog, they actually get along.
So they've bonded.
Because when I was living in the camper, there was me, Toast, and Gaia, and I always don't let your rabbit out unsupervised with a dog around. But they got to the place that they were so comfortable with each other, he would try to curl up next to her, and she would be like, "Back off! I don't like you." So
I was going to ask, who's the trouble, the dog or the rabbit?
Well, the dog, because the rabbits, rabbits like to try to be frisky with things. The dog doesn't like that.
I had no idea. I mean, it kind of makes sense with their brand,
Come on now, I'm trying to be politically correct. We're on the airwaves.
Yeah.
But the dog would like the bunny to stay away unless he just wants to rest. Let's say it that way.
A little too much affection.
And that's the end of my education class, trying to get around soft topics.
See,
Tell me about your week.
There's the birds and the bees, and there's the rabbits and the dogs. Yeah, okay. Oh, man. Well, I'm continuing down Deaf Awareness Month is this month, right? I meant to put it on my notes here so I would know for sure, because I was kind of looking through different months. So I want to make sure it's this month. But I'm kind of going through that journey. I told you I went and had my hearing done.
Yes.
Checked, and a real proper test. And
A real
it
test.
just like I suspected, it sucks. And
Yeah.
so I was going to go over to Costco. I hear they have some pretty good possibilities that I could use. And then I talked to my daughter about taking me over there to check some out. Excuse me. And she said, well, I have a audiologist friend. Send me your paperwork. I'll have her look it over. And yeah, she says, this is the audiologist. Wow, this hearing loss is pretty profound. What did he do?
Yeah.
He said, well, he was a DJ. Oh, yeah. That all checks out. So, yeah. So we're in that process of trying to figure out what's going to be best for me. So stand by. We'll keep you up to date. It is just, it's so complicated because there's so many different, it's not just volume loss. And I'm sure anybody that's gone through this, there's the other issues of, in crowded spaces when you can't kind of hear those noises, or you just can't comprehend. And then I also learned that as part, hearing loss can lead to I don't know if it would be not morbidity, but like a co-condition. It would be I don't want to say trigger either, but it would be something that would maybe advance dementia if you're having hearing loss. Because it's tied to the comprehension. So when you can't hear those things, which I happen a lot, I can hear noises. I can hear somebody talking, and fully hear them. I can hear there's no problem with the volume, but they might as well be going. I mean, that's just I can't comprehend it as words.
Right.
So I guess it's important.
We got to work on that too.
Yeah. So it's important to augment your hearing with a device so that you don't go down the dementia path.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So makes it much more serious. So
prevent that as much as we can.
So as much as I was thinking maybe Costco would, and of course I'm thinking budgetary, as a lot of people will, that might be an option for me. The more I think about it, I probably should go with something that's, from a audiology professional.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, what are those things? Those listening horns that they used to have, like from the Victorian era. That's not going to work it out because it won't comprehend for you.
I can get one of those. That's my starter kit. So
right.
And then you'll get a kick out of this. I was looking on the old social media, and the smart drive has recalled the controller again.
The new one that you have?
Yeah, I think we're on the fourth recall. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I'm glad you told me that, because I was just telling my friend who wanted to take her kids to Disney World that I could get a smart drive and I could pull the wagon. Like, we were making jokes over that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was having flashbacks to your issues, and I was like, well, it'll be a wide open space. I hope it doesn't put me in, like, the moat of the castle. Like, that's literally what I was thinking. But now that you tell me it's a recall again, holy shnikes.
I have not had any issues with mine, but they do recommend that you not use it anymore. And I haven't learned a whole lot more whether they're, working now on another fix and they didn't even get specific about what the issues were. So, but if you have a smart drive or know somebody with a smart drive, you might, I wanted to kind of mention it on here so you don't stumble upon it on social media, or if you don't know about it. And I haven't received any correspondence, which kind of irritates me.
Remember that happened before when we were like, are they going to tell anybody?
Yeah.
You know what? Exactly. I didn't get you a birthday present. I'm going to buy you a bike helmet. Like, that's
I've got one. No,
okay, well, please wear it around your house.
Got to wear it all the time now. Good. And then I think we missed it by a few days, but it was Cerebral Palsy Day. I think it was last week. I think the 4th, something like that. So
you texted me.
Yeah. So hope you had a good day.
Like, wow, we have a day.
Yeah, you don't get them on.
Happy day, guys.
Yeah, that's it. And then I also went on Push to the Pier, our monthly little push down at the Long Beach. Yeah, so that was fun. Beautiful day. It was nice to, it's been like 105 here, so it was good to go down to the beach, get out of the heat. Yeah, and met some new people and got maybe some new potential guests coming on. So
Damn.
You'll meet them soon. So keep listening. Thank you to Jeff Whittle for coming on last week and sharing all about his gym. I know you reached out to him. Have you heard from Jeff?
He did send an email back I'm excited to figure it out.
Somebody else that was listening said, is there like a coupon that you can say you heard it on Rock and Roll Live? And I'm like, that's a good idea. Maybe we can work that out with Jeff and get enough people.
Yeah, exactly right.
Be worth his while. So I'll check into that, let you know.
A promo code, an affiliate code.
Mm-hmm. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hey, look at it. I did that on my own.
You did it all by yourself today.
That's right. And then coming up today, we've got an interview with Gilmar Arana, and he is, I met him through the Chargers wheelchair football team, which I don't know any more details than this, but they're working on maybe finding new funding and getting it back up and going. So
thank God.
If you followed that journey, got our fingers crossed.
Chargers. Come on, Charger players. You have more money than you can spend in your life. Let's make it happen.
The actual Chargers.
Yes. I will call you out. I will call any famous person out who doesn't need all that money.
And these football teams build stadiums that, cost billions of dollars. Yeah, you think, what falls out of their couch, would be enough. But, we'll see.
Yeah, there's a lot that I don't commentate on, but charity in overflow is super important to me. And if I ever get lucky enough to be one of those people with a little disposable income, I hope to use it for others.
Spread the wealth.
Exactly.
Very nice. All right. Gilmar is coming up next. But first, this word from Ugyar Professional Training.
At Ugyar Professional Training, we know that your greatest asset is your team. Investing in their development, knowledge, and happiness is essential for your business's success and growth. To achieve new heights, it's important to hire intelligent, talented individuals and empower them to excel in their areas of strength and passion. Ugyar is committed to transforming your employees into happier, more productive, and fulfilled individuals. When your team thrives, your business prospers. Wise leaders understand that providing team members with opportunities to shine in their strengths unlocks untapped potential. Elevate your team with Ugyar Professional Training and witness the growth of your business.
From the Ugyar Professional Training Studios, you're listening to Walk and Roll Live, Disability Stories.
The morning light spills across the floor. I take a deep breath and think about what's ahead. Most days I'm moving without a hitch. Sometimes my body taps me on the shoulder and says, slow it down for a while. Today is mine. I've got people I love and people who love me back. I get to chase what matters and laugh until I can't breathe. Some days I pause, but I never stop. Life rolls on and I'm rolling with it.
Welcome back to Walk and Roll Live. I am Doug. Addie is here, and our guest has joined us. We're going to start with letting him introduce himself. So just name, where you're from, your disability, and away we go.
Hi, everybody. I am Gilmar Arana, most known as Gil. I have a disability called spina bifida and hydrocephalus, level L3.
Very good. Very good. Well, welcome. Nice to have you here. We've been trying to get him on for a while, and we finally got it done. And I wanted to say I met Gil with you've heard us talk about the football team through the Los Angeles Chargers. Had to not say San Diego. It's still in my head. But so he was part of that group for a while, and then they disbanded and broke everybody's hearts. So
including ours.
Yeah, exactly. So I've seen him at a number of parties and picnics and things, and said, you got to come on the show. And so he agreed, and here he is. So want to get to know you a little bit from the beginning. And now you fall in that category that we kind of talk about here, where there's people that come to disability at some later point in life. But, I was a year old. Addie came to it from birth like you did. She has cerebral palsy. And so we want to get that perspective. I know you were born in Guatemala City, yes. Right? So what's your early kind of memories?
Uh, honestly, pretty good. I pretty much grew up over there. I always keep going back, to my roots. I came here at a very young age,
Mm-hmm.
about 7 years old, 6, 7 years old, around there. Um, just trying to get a better opportunities in life for me. But life over there was fun for me. A lot of cool memories, a lot of fun things with my friends. Never really let my disability stop me from trying anything, including sports.
Mm-hmm.
So it was.
Jen, my husband is from Argentina, so different culture. How is it is it treated differently like in Guatemala than it would be in the US having a child who has a disability? Like how do they look at it? Because culture kind of informs treatment or opportunities sometimes.
Yeah, so it is very, very different.
Mhm.
Of course, because of money over there, it's really hard to because I have a VP shunt, so which is a tube that goes down my head. It's very different in the sense that over there they won't provide it. You have to get it on your own. So my dad was the one that my dad and my family members were the ones that just put money together and bought the shunt.
Mhm.
So that's something you have for life,
Yes.
and that's
Yeah,
part of the
uh,
hydrocephalitis,
yes,
right?
that's
Yeah.
the encephalitis, which basically the tube is what keeps me going.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, it keeps the fluid from retaining in your brain, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how old were you when you got that? Because you got that in Guatemala City or got that in Guatemala.
I got it that in Guatemala City.
Okay.
Um, I believe, if I'm not wrong, from what my parents have told me, 1 year age. 1 year. I was a year.
Okay. Okay. So early on, they were like, okay, our kid's different, but we don't care. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah. Even though doctors, which is funny, it was in a clinic based for just spina bifida,
Uh-huh.
which doctors from here in the US came
Oh,
Okay.
to do like helping
Yeah.
that.
So like Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah. And so even doctors were like, you should just let him go. He's not gonna last more than a week. That's what
Yeah.
exactly
He's not going to thrive. Yeah.
what my parents told me that the doctors told them. And well, here I am,
They
25 years.
you show them.
Yeah.
Your parents said, thank you for your opinion, but keep it to yourself. Let's get going. And that's,
So,
that's a good set of parents for you.
so once the American doctors left, did they train doctors there how to, make sure that you kept it?
So yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
There was some knowledge to spina bifida, but it
Mhm.
wasn't brought it out, which wasn't like, oh, we know everything about it. It was just, we know this is what we need to do for him to be good for this amount of time.
Yeah, a narrow lane that kind of gets you. It's the basics, the basics that will help keep you alive, but maybe not thrive to the fullest.
Exactly. Yeah.
Also, I'm
Yeah.
curious, are the two related, or did you just have the unfortunate happenstance to have two different conditions?
No, those are
They're
both
related.
related to each
Okay.
other. Yeah, because so spina bifida has to do with the spine,
Mhm.
and it's a malfunction of the vertebrae. So because of it, I need a shunt to take out all the liquid that our bodies create, right?
Gotcha.
So that tube is kind of like my gateway to releasing all that.
Excellent. So I'm curious. You said you had a lot of memories with your friends when you were young, and you were still in Guatemala. So I feel like I know the answer to this, but how were your friends? They didn't treat you any differently. You were part of the group. You played. You probably were involved in sports as well.
Yeah. So that's funny. I was you could say I was the trouble. I was the one that brought everybody out and was like, let's play.
Yeah.
And because of my attitude, I guess, they didn't really see like he's in a chair.
Yeah. They're like, let's just find Gil. We're going to go do some trouble.
It was more like
probably like, don't mess with your shot. Like, dude.
Exactly. Yeah. It was more like they just saw me, you know.
Yep.
They ignored the chair. They just saw me for who I was.
You're the being and not the container, which is the way it should be. But
exactly. Yeah.
that's the joy of children, right? Children are like, who gives a damn? Adults are like, don't talk to them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was funny because even their parents of those friends even were like, he's a cool kid, you know, don't stop him. Because there would be other parents that are like, oh, don't do this, like you're gonna get hurt. And those parents would be like, just watch him. Just watch him.
Yeah, yeah.
Say anything.
Just let him be.
Watch him.
You know, I could get in trouble here, but I have a whole kind of philosophy that's based in my own opinions, and that's all it is. But you know, I feel like kids that, I hate to say this, but I think sometimes the kids that are bullied, it's not about the particular condition that they may be dealing with. I think so much at times it's an attitude that they carry, and kids just, I mean, that's just that base part of us. You know, we see a weakness and we strike. You know, and there's nothing like a third grader, you know, or something like that age. They don't care. They'll see the weakness. But when you have that confidence that and I've seen it. You know, I've seen it. You speak your mind. You're outgoing. All of those things, and people respond to that as well. You know, so
yeah. Talking about bullying, I almost got, well, you could say I got bullied.
Yeah.
In 5th grade. But it was my attitude and the result of how I took it, that the kid was like, all right, I'm not messing with this guy anymore. He's got his attitude. He knows how to handle himself, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You weren't worth it. You weren't worth the chomp.
Yeah. I mean, I did give the little kid a little taste of his own medicine.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say exactly what I did, but
I'm here too. I tell you, man.
You did the eat that version, but you know, they're like, oh, he's not fun to play with because it doesn't get the rise that he wants.
Well, and I'm sure Gil will agree. It gets results.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, they don't see you as vulnerable after that.
No, and this kid actually, after that occasion, he just started defending me.
Right.
He was like, you want to mess with him? Go ahead, but I do not recommend it.
Yeah.
He was your walking warning label to be like, oh, don't do that.
Yeah. No, and it's true. He was my warning walking label because he'll be like, you can mess with him. You're not going to like what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I had a few incidences too where, unbeknownst to me, you know, because, you know, back in the school age days when I was walking on crutches and when I got to junior high, especially, you know, you go from class to class to class, you know, after each period, right? And the halls just fill with people. So invariably you're walking through the halls and, you know, without, you know, meaning to, people are tripping over my crutches. Sometimes they don't see them. So that happens every once in a while, you know, and you go on. And one day a buddy of mine, he says, you know, when we were going out to lunch, do you remember, you know, tripping? And I said, maybe, I don't remember. He said, well, I was walking behind you and some kid did it on purpose, put his foot out and tripped you. He said, I took care of him. I kicked his ass. So unbeknownst to me, totally, I'm, just going out to lunch. So, you got friends and they get your back. And I want to say before we go too much further, I'm not saying that I condone bullying, of course, but I'm saying we just have to work on that part of ourselves, that has that assertiveness.
And I will add to what you said. I don't condone the bullying.
No.
I rather you talk to an adult. If any kids are here, I'd rather you talk to an adult, let them know what's going on, and let them handle it. If they don't handle it, then that's a different story.
Oh, you do. Yeah, exactly.
For sure. You've done what you needed to. So
you then you moved to the United States, and how was that? Was that like a cultural shock or?
Actually, yes, it was. It was a cultural shock. It was a moment of, I will say, a little bit of misery, just because it was a new place. It was different to what I was used to. Did I have more accessibility? Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the part where I got scared the most, was saying, in a way, saying, quote unquote, I'm finally free.
Yeah.
Having to rely so much on my family, especially my parents, having too much to rely for them to take me places. Now I get to figure out how to get to places.
That is fascinating, Gil. I had never heard that perspective before. So you gain all this freedom. Yeah, it's a little scary, and I can see where it would be.
Yeah.
And did you speak English at that point or not?
No, I actually didn't. So that was what made things worse.
Yeah, a little extra level.
Yeah.
The language barrier of, okay, I'm here. How do I get to places?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I have arrived, but I am on a different planet for all intents and purposes, right? Because
and so I came here when I was 8. I believe I started school when I was 9. So I skipped a year pretty much. But during that year I was homeschooled.
Okay.
And I had a teacher. I still remember his name, Mr. Larry Weiner. He spoke only English. That's it. No Spanish at all.
So you got like thrown into the pool, so to speak, immersed.
So I got, what I like to see it as, I got thrown into the sharks.
Yeah.
It was, here, go.
You can do it. Yeah.
And exactly what you just said. You can do it. That is exactly what my family has always said to me. You can do it. You know, figure it out. You can do it.
I think that's number one, because I was fortunate enough, and I know Addie will say the same thing, that we were fortunate enough to have a family that said, you can do it, and not only talk the talk, but walk the walk. You were expected to do things around the house. There was expectations of you. Yep.
Yeah. When I came here, me and my dad, we used to live with my grandparents.
Okay.
And my grandparents spoke zero English. So it was like, and I was the only grandchild at that time here with them. So it was like, you got to learn it because they need it.
Yeah, you're going to learn it so you can teach everybody else.
Yeah, they need an interpreter.
And help them communicate. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So how did you learn? Through that guy just speaking English at you, or TV or music? I know my husband says it was TV and music. He was 14 when he came to the U.S. So
it was pretty much everything. It was through the teacher, through starting to watch YouTube videos, because at that time YouTube was or is still a very resourceful place, but at that time it was like YouTube, you
Just getting started, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would look at different vloggers because vlogging had just started back then too.
Okay.
So I would look at different vloggers and I would wear the wired headphones, put them on and just hear them. Even if it meant the same video on repeat, but I would just hear them out. And then it was just practicing reading books too.
Yeah.
You know, like Dr. Seuss. What other?
Because you have to learn correlation. It's not just that you know the word. If you're saying cat, but you don't know what a cat is, yeah, you can say the English word cat, but you have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I think at first it starts as mimicry, right? And then it starts this connection of what's what. I used to teach English, so.
I watched a documentary on babies and how they learn language. And I never thought about this before, but it just made perfect sense. Is, you're hearing all those syllables, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing to tell you if you don't know a language where is this syllable, these three syllables, is that a word? Or are the second two syllables of this word and the first word syllable of the next word, is that the word? You have no idea. And
Exactly.
and the way you learn, the way your brain learns evidently is that you start to recognize those syllables that aren't together. Your brain just does that somehow. Yeah. And it's more open to that at like the age you were, from 5 to 7 and 8. That's when your mind is open to learning language. So that helped you too.
I always joke around with my family. I'm like, you guys are lucky. I came at the year of the sponge.
Oh.
Our kids are just soaking everything in.
Yeah.
It's like you're a sponge when you're a little kid.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
this teacher that you were talking about, is that who introduced you to Rancho Los Amigos?
No, that was after I joined school. That was in, I believe, 3rd grade. I can't remember. It was because as in school, we always have case managers,
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so it was one of those. I can't remember her name, but she was great, and she saw that because I've always been a big guy, but back then I was a big guy in the sense that I was fat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was weight for someone my age. So she was like, "Do you like sports?" And I was like, "I mean, I've never really tried them, but I do. My family is all about sports, specifically soccer. Soccer is our main thing."
Soccer's the gig.
Yeah. My grandpa was attacker. He would attack. He was a forward.
Yeah.
My oldest uncle was a forward. My other uncle didn't really play, but he watched it.
Yeah.
My dad was a goalkeeper.
Okay, so it's in there. So they're like, okay, this kid, you're going to do it sitting down or standing up. You're doing something.
Yeah. So the sport is in my blood, basically.
Yeah.
Which kind of going into my name. My name is a Brazilian soccer player's name.
Okay.
So how I spell it is totally different to how it's actually spelled.
Gotcha.
So I believe it's spelled Gymar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I spell it Gilmar.
Is
Yeah, so
is that how the soccer player spelled it? Or he spelled it the other way?
I spell it the second way.
Yeah.
He would, because he passed away already. He would spell it the first way,
Gotcha.
which is GYLMAR.
But he's your namesake.
Because how they'd say it,
Yeah.
you say it the same, right? It's just Americanized.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Anglicized, whatever they call it.
So what sport did they introduce you to when you went to Rancho Los Amigos?
So at Rancho Los Amigos, they were more focused on football, but
Okay.
American football. Right? Yeah.
yeah,
There you're like, you're built like a football player. Let's show you football. And you're like, this is not even what it's supposed to be called.
so yeah, so basketball is one of our main ones, but we used to play all types of sports.
Yeah.
Football being one of them.
Yes.
So I always had that itch to play football,
Yeah.
you know. And with my body type, it was like, oh, you can play football.
Yeah, you're a linebacker, right? Yeah.
I'm kind of going into my high school years.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be very active, so I kind of got skinny in high school.
Yeah.
But I used to have a long arm. So we were playing around with my friends, catching the football. And I threw like maybe a 10-yarder to one of them, not knowing that the football coach was watching us.
Mm.
Yeah, you're just playing around.
I was just playing around, and I don't know. Out of nowhere, I just got a tap on my shoulder, and I was like, my friends are over there. What's going on? And then I looked. It was the football coach.
You like what he saw, huh?
And he's like, can I talk to you for a second? And I was like, yeah. At first, as a preteen teen, you're like,
Uh-oh.
oh, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, what did I do? You know, obviously I've never been such a troubled kid, but
Right.
it's like, I must have done something. And then he's like, out of trouble. I just want to talk to you about something. And I was like, okay, cool. What's going on?
Yeah.
And he's like, do you like football? And I was like, I mean, I haven't tried it as a sport, but I don't mind throwing the football around. And he's like, why don't you join the team? Unfortunately, I couldn't, just because I was already playing basketball at Rancho.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the seasons were at the same time.
Darn it. You couldn't be like Dion and play both at the same time?
I wanted to.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, my shoulders are already
Oh, yeah.
with me for too much pushing.
The old
So,
shoulder thing.
You're preaching to the Doug choir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, no, I can't. I got to take care of my shoulder.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I couldn't play high school football. But he was like, I would have the whole defensive line work around you. I would have
Oh, that's tough.
whatever you can do. So it was, he literally set me up for success in a way,
Yeah.
which was like, whatever you can throw, whatever you can do, we'll do it. This is your team. You make the calls.
That's nice. That's super nice.
It wasn't
Well,
like,
probably more than nice. You know what I mean? You recognize the talent.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's amazing that somebody
Yeah.
would see it and
Yeah.
see talent and
and
not challenge.
it got so far that even the principal got him.
Wow.
You're like, you guys.
So your high school had a wheelchair football team?
No,
No, they
it-
were going to adapt to him being in a chair.
Is that right?
Older
Wow.
guy.
That's amazing.
They were trying to put me in the regular football.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
That's why I'm saying that's amazing.
Yeah,
Somebody would
yeah.
just be like, I want that arm. I don't care what the rest of the body does.
Man, that would
Yeah.
have blown people's minds getting together. You know, that
Yeah.
you show
I know,
up at
I
a
was-
football game and the quarterback's in a
Trust me,
wheelchair.
thinking it till this day, I'm like, oh, I should have done that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know? But at the same
No.
I'm ready in basketball. That's where I live.
I'm a strong believer. You make the decisions that you make at the time with the information you have and all the factors that go into it.
Yeah.
And don't regret it years later.
Yeah. So I was like, I want to, but I can't, coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also because there was some small fear of my shunt.
Yeah.
Okay. See, there's another piece of the information. Yeah.
I was like, if I get hit and I get a concussion, I don't know if it's gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
But I'd rather not risk it.
Yeah.
Safety first.
Yeah. My life first before anything else.
So
Right.
for you, coming around now to the last year or so, this opportunity comes up with the Chargers, and you must have just been ecstatic. So that's the kind of thing that just breaks my heart. That I'm sure everybody, you and all your teammates have similar but different stories like that of a dream that they had or something. And
You interviewed some of the guys, actually.
yeah,
Ryan Echeverria,
Yeah.
I believe other guys.
yeah,
So,
Raj,
yeah.
yep,
And so
Coach.
they were excited as I was.
yeah,
But to me, it kind of was personal. I when they disbanded the Chargers, I personally took it really personal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, the one dream that I didn't do in high school, I had it now, and I just got taken it away.
It's like they dangled it and then
Yeah.
snatched it away. Wow,
Yeah.
Cruel.
So it was like it was the inner kid in me that was crying inside.
Yeah.
There was when I got the news, because we got it on our group chat, I didn't appear for like a whole week.
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing. The coach even texted me. He's like, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good, coach."
You're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
He knew I wasn't,
Yeah.
And then my basketball coach, which shout out to him, Héctor Duran, also known as Juice.
Shout out.
He texted me. He's like, "You good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm hurting."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2000, I'm gonna get back to my disability a little bit.
Yeah.
But in 2020 or 21, I believe, I got a surgery for a better life. Let's put it that way. So I was supposed to, because the different way of going to the restroom,
Gotcha.
Okay.
And
Yes.
so unfortunately, it did not work, the surgery,
That's a bummer.
but the coach and my family knew that I went, excuse my language, but I went through hell in recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And so when football came, the kid and the teenager that was once as a basketball player kind of woke up again and came back to life. And he's, because I was kind of slowing down in basketball. I was more like, all right, it's basketball, And so I was kind of not doing as much. Once football came, it was like that spark in me was back. Juice saw it and he's like, "You're back." That's all he said to me. He was like, "You're back." And I was like, yeah, football brought me back.
Yeah.
So that's why I took it really personal. And
Yeah. So you're continuing basketball.
yeah,
Yeah. Is the fire still there?
it surprisingly, I kind of grabbed it by the neck, I would say.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, football's gone, but you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
You're staying, you know?
Put all that energy back into basketball. Good.
Yeah. So last season, we went to our 2 seasons ago, we had not made it to nationals just because we were kind of a brand new team. We had new players. So we kind of had to catch them up.
Rebuilding year.
Yeah. Fortunately, we didn't make it to nationals. Last year was our first nationals back.
We're back, baby.
And that eagerness, I was like, I did not like going to one nationals.
Yeah.
We need to go back. And so we went back. We went in 18th in the nation out of 36.
That's really good.
And we came out 14th.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played some tough teams, but I'm gonna talk a little trash right now, and I'm gonna say
Do it.
tough as what we could have been. So this season, we're trying to come back, hopefully even stronger.
Stoking those fires, those competitive fires. I like it. So through the football in high school and basketball in high school and getting this opportunity with the Chargers wheelchair team and disappointments, what have you taken away? I mean, you sound like a guy that is at least learning lessons from those kinds of experiences.
The one thing that I always learned from since I was a kid, don't give up. Don't stop. If you have, if you fall, okay, get back up,
Yeah.
It's that's all you can do. You can't, you're not going to pass the ground, so it's like.
Never heard it put that way, but can't argue with that.
Yes.
I like it.
If you fall on your face,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Well, and it's the one thing that you have control over. You don't have control over whether the wheelchair team is going to continue. That was taken away, and nothing you can do about it, really. But your effort, you have control over that.
Yeah.
How hard you work.
I say I have control over my effort and my attitude.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I that's the one thing nobody can change.
Right.
My effort and my attitude.
Permission or your submission, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So speaking of effort, you're also going to college.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
So I am going to Cerritos College. I will give another shout out to one of my coaches, David Rodarte, who has hooked me up with it. He's my counselor, always on me about school, getting my degree. I am studying to be an interpreter.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
For Spanish and English. I am also currently volunteering at Rancho Los Amigos Hospital as an interpreter, trying to have someone that was in my situation know, all right, you're not alone. I got you,
Which is tremendous.
Yeah.
And because it can be scary, like we've talked about, you don't speak the language, you don't understand what the doctors are saying, something's happening to you or your child, nobody's communicating. So it must be a breath of fresh air to have someone like you pop up, roll in, and be like, hi, in the language they understand, with presenting in a way that they are either going to face or, whatever. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Selfless.
Yeah.
And practically, it's a great career. I mean, there's such a need out there, for that, especially here in California. So.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going into that, but I might do a minor for the judicial area.
Okay.
So that's
Also necessary.
that's involving the courts. Kind of I want to base myself a little bit in the immigratory area, just because I was there once.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm an immigrant, kid of immigrants. So it's like, with everything going on right now, I want to help out.
You're putting your brain where your passion is.
Exactly.
Which means that it makes it easy. It's not easy. Easy is the wrong word, but like they always say, you don't work if you love what you do. So
Exactly. Yeah.
planning not to work ever in your life, it sounds like.
Exactly. Yes. Planning not to work ever in my life, but enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very good.
Whoever finds you will be lucky. So I'm sure you spread the joy anyways without the pieces of paper, but unfortunately we live in a world where you need the piece of paper to be like, no, I've been trained to do this.
Fortunately, yes. We live in a world where a piece of paper can tell you where you are.
Yeah.
It
opens some doors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we've gotten to that point in the program where we start, asking for your wisdom and your advice. So what would you say to, anybody with a disability, but maybe even specifically, a young person with spina bifida?
Like I said, from everything, don't give up. And especially, this is going to go more towards the young generation. Who cares what they say?
Yeah.
Who cares what kids say? Who cares what people say?
Yeah.
Don't listen. Because at the end of the day, it's only you that can stop yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, that is great advice. And I more than that, those are great words, but you're making an impact with your example every day. The kids, that you're around, because I know you volunteer, like you say, at Rancho. There are young ones that are seeing you and they're watching you and they're seeing a great example. So keep that up.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything I missed, Miss Addie?
No, I don't think so. As always, it's been a great time to hang out with the bright spirit that I can't wait to go into the world. I never feel old until we talk to young people. And then I'm like, yay, go do it. I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong with me?
Well, if you don't mind, you just had a birthday or is it coming up?
Just had a birthday.
Just had a birthday.
So I am barely 25.
Big quarter century mark.
Quarter century mark.
Yeah, good. I wanted to get that out because put everything else you said kind of into context a little bit,
Yeah, right.
about when things happened to you and what age and all that. So you got a lot of living to do. I like it.
Yeah.
And, and one other thing I wanted to share too, because you mentioned your dad a little bit there, but, in the 2 or 3 times I've seen you, your dad's there. And I really get a strong feeling that you guys are best friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very true. It's funny you mentioned that. One of the Life Rolls On events, he got called my brother instead of my.
I was like, yes,
he loved that, didn't he?
He loved to mess with me about it.
I bet.
And I was in that teenage years of.
Oh, back then.
I don't want to be seen with my dad.
Gotcha.
right.
But he was like, "Is that your brother?" And I was like, "No, that's my dad." I remember I was like, "No, that's my dad." I remember I remember everything I did.
Yeah.
But now I look back at it, I'm like, yeah, that's my dad.
Yeah.
Anywhere I go, you will see my dad. Only place you won't see my dad is around Rancho.
Yeah.
That's my meat place.
Yeah. Oh, good. Dad's not welcome there.
You're like, you are not allowed over here. Let me have something.
And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I let him go through there just if he wants to go. But that's the only place you will not see us together. Yeah. Anytime we are 24/7 together.
Yeah, that's sweet.
I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, I wouldn't change it. Those are great memories that I'm gonna have when I'm older. When he's not here anymore, I'm gonna be like, that's okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed most of my life with him.
Good.
That's a really good perspective, as both of us have lost a parent already. Yeah. Hug them and love them and make all the memories and be grateful.
And I will tell the younger generation, because that's my main goal, hitting the younger generation. Yeah. Your parents want to join in, let them join in. You will be grateful when you're older to have those memories of your parents doing what you love.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't think of it when you're young, but yeah, if you don't when you're older, you'll kick yourself. So yeah, good advice. Yep. Good advice.
Yay.
All righty. Speaking of kicking you to the curb, thank you for coming on. I'm glad we finally got this done. I knew it was going to be great. Thank you, Gilmar.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Gilmar. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And
nice to meet you too.
We're glad to share you with people.
Thank you.
We'll see you out there soon.
Each week on Walk and Roll Live, we share honest and open stories of people living with a disability.
I was excited to show my family just how much better of a skier I got to be. So we went up on December 30th. Then the next morning, I woke up 10 out of 10 pain. Chest, back, head. I slowly lost all feeling from my feet all the way up to my chest, that I was paralyzed, essentially. I didn't understand what was happening. All I knew is that something scary was going on. And
join us weekly for another powerful episode. Walk and Roll Live, wherever you get your podcasts. Life Limitless. Subscribe now.
From the Ugyar Professional Training Studios, you're listening to Walk and Roll Live, Disability Stories.
All right, let's bring this thing home. Thank you for listening to Walk and Roll Live. So, what did you think of Gilmar?
This is an awesome story. As you know, I'm in love with all the people on the football team. And Gilmar does not disappoint. I love that, it's a hiccup, it's a rock in his shoe, it's a button in slightly the wrong place, whatever we want to call it, but he's still going to live and just be like, we all kind of have that gas switch that we just don't know where the brake is, I feel like.
Yeah.
Both in personality and like in what we test and limit, but I think that's what keeps us alive. So glad to have found another of our crew. Welcome aboard.
Yeah. Yeah, I got my fingers crossed that they can figure out a way to get the football team back. Just for those folks that in such a short amount of time had this incredible experience that bonded them together, and they've become great friends. And so would love to have that all going again. All right, let's see. Oh, I don't know if you've had a chance to look, but I got it in my head. I just kind of wanted to improve the resource page.
Oh, yes.
So with a little help from our friends at ChatGPT, who I've affectionately named Sage,
Okay.
I said, I just gave him what I wanted, that it wanted organized into categories and just all this stuff. And he just spit out all the HTML.
Yeah, isn't that the best? You're like, here, paste thing.
But I won't go into all of the details, but just suffice it to say that at this point, we're safe from, AI taking over the world.
Whew.
Oh my God. It was hours and hours and hours. I got to a point within minutes of getting what I wanted, but the more I gave him instructions, I'd go back, he'd redo the HTML and I'd put it in and it looked nothing like so you have to retell it specifically what you want.
Yeah.
Just a little tip to anybody trying to use it. Yeah.
FYI, Doug's technology school. Between call on your co-host and make her fix it and try ChatGPT if you really want to get pissed off. That's the Doug's tagline.
The only issue now is it's a little more difficult for me to add new categories or new resources.
You have to,
I got to write it in
HTML.
HTML. So basically all you do is, just copy a line and insert it and then change the link and the name, You
have more patience than me. I'm already like, no. You're talking about it, I'm already saying no.
I like to learn new things.
Yes.
It kind of keeps me young. But the problem sometimes is you learn it and you spend a lot of time learning it all. But if you're not using it every day, which a lot of times I'm not, then you kind of forget it all. And when you go back to do it again, it's a whole kind of learning process again. But anyway, so that's that.
That was me batch creating in Canva this weekend. I had known how to do it, forgot how to do it, tried to do it again. I literally spent 4 hours, finally got it.
But good. Because I want you to design something for me.
Okay, I'm on it.
We better do it now while it's still fresh in your
better
mind.
do it now while I can think about this. The other exciting thing is I'm coming to Kelly next week for work. So we're probably going to get together. So
Very nice.
We might actually get to hug it out.
We'll have some stories for you from that.
Yeah, there you go.
And who's next week? Do you know?
Who is next week? You tell me.
Next week is Jose Dominguez.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I wanted to double check my paperwork here. Yeah, Jose next week with a condition that derma. See, I'm not even looking at it. I better not try. But
a rare condition that is a comorbidity of multiple conditions that create.
Yeah, absolutely.
Challenge.
So
Let's say it that way.
Fighting with that most of his life, so we'll delve into his story next week right here on Walk and Roll Live. Thanks for listening. I'm your host, Doug Vincent, with Addie Rich from the Aguiar Professional Training Studio. This has been Walk and Roll Live, Disability Stories, Life Limitless.
Walk and roll life.